Welcome back. I'm Billy Lucci. He's Sub-Zero. Ainias Smith coming off another big game performance at Kyle Field. A fun Saturday night. I don't want to overlook that and go back into that because there was a lot to talk about coming out of that game. In particular, I think one of the coolest stories of the year in Jalen Henderson. But we got to start off with the obvious today. This is the first time I think that you've talked, and I know the relationship you and Jimbo have had going back all the way to your recruitment, and just your thoughts on A&M's decision to move on from Coach Fisher.
Yeah, man. It's been tough. I'll say that for sure. It's been a little different. The first couple of days, I was a little out of whack. Just knowing that, you know what I'm saying, the person that had recruited me to come here is now gone. And it was different. I'm not gonna lie. Things with Coach E have been going pretty smooth lately. Yeah. He's definitely a great leader for us, and definitely has taken the program to where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? I know we had a little drawback from the decision that they made and whatnot, but he came right in and he stepped up for us for sure. So thanks to him. And man, really, I just been trying to continue to finish the season. You know what I'm saying? Just continue to work, continue to have the same mission, the same goal that we had at the beginning of the season, and just finish.
I want to come back to that too, Coach E, and how practices have gone, and you as a senior, and kind of how you keep that thing afloat. You know, because not just Abilene Christian. You know, they're not SEC, but I'm going. That's your last home game. That's the last time you're playing, and a lot of guys are playing at Kyle Field. Then obviously LSU and a bowl game, which A&M hasn't done. You know, it'll be 3 years since they've been in one. So, but going back to Jimbo, I think about your relationship and his, and you know, I remember his affinity for you, the player, went back. It wasn't a recruiting ranking thing. It wasn't necessarily even. Obviously they went and watched you and watched tape, but it wasn't even. Didn't even go back to Dulles so much. It kind of went back to him remembering you from 7-on-7 while he was at Florida State because you were playing against his son. And it was always kind of, I think, in the back of his mind as soon as he got here, like, no, I like – has he told you that before, like during the recruitment?
For sure. He definitely has. Yeah. I remember that whole process of him being at the little tournaments, you know what I'm saying, and really wasn't able to say nothing because of the NCAA rules and whatnot. He would just be there watching his son most of the time. But then I remember the game. His son was actually, I don't know if we was playing his son or like they was up next after our game or whatever, but I had made like a crazy catch at the end of the game to seal the game. And then I had did a huge punt or whatever, celebrated, was doing backflips and all types of stuff. And then I remember coming up here for a visit and how he was telling me about that, how he saw everything. So it was crazy.
That's wild. And he didn't recruit you once. He recruited you 2 or 3 times because you thought about going to the next level, and then you got hurt, and then you had to make the decision on going pro or coming back. It must have been y'all have had a pretty, I think maybe a little bit more of a unique relationship than even the other guys on the roster.
For sure, most definitely. I definitely say that for sure.
So as a senior, and how emotional was Sunday in the locker room, and then talk about the job Coach E has done of letting kind of you guys marinate on that, you guys go through that process. But then from what I've heard, you know, practices this week have been really upbeat and everyone participating and a lot of energy.
Man, so I'll say that Sunday meeting, you know what I'm saying, everybody had came in. It was a little confusing at first because it was an instant message. A lot of people didn't even know we were having a meeting. You know what I'm saying? So we had to wait for everybody to get there. A lot of guys think that we just have stretch and stride like we usually do on Sunday. They probably didn't even get the message from whatever they were doing the night prior.
I'm over here tweeting it out before y'all wake up.
No, for real. You know, I saw it on the wake up.
Did you?
You know
that
what I'm
woke
saying?
you up?
So I was like, it was crazy. And then once we got there, I think it was just a lot of confusion for the most part. You know what I'm saying? I thought, well, people thought if it was going to happen, why not wait till the end of the season? You know what I'm saying? And that was really the main thing that was going around the locker room. It was just a lot of confusion. Some guys were hurt. The coaching staff, they came in and they basically gave us the day off because they didn't know, how people would take it and whatnot. Some people took it a little differently than others. But, yeah, man, just around the whole facility, just a lot of confusion. Just really trying to stay together. But with Coach E, man, they came in Sunday, and they were just talking about Sunday and Monday how we just need to go ahead and stick together as a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? That's been the whole message. Let's go ahead and stick together, play for each other, play for whatever reason you have, you know what I'm saying, and really just find that reason, and hopefully it continues to push you the way it did at the beginning of the season.
I think, too, with y'all. And by the way, just a little business of college football thing that, like I didn't understand at y'all's age, but I do now. You know what they do in an instance like that of the why now is it's to get out in front of the coaching search because you have that portal opening up December 4th, so they want to get a hire maybe. The other side of it is, and this is interesting to say, but it's like they if you guys go out and beat Mississippi State, beat Abilene, and then go into Baton Rouge and beat LSU, when they make a decision to move on, that starts to create a lot of confusion and backpedaling, and then you get people. So that's the unfortunate side of the business, and it works both ways. Jimbo left Florida State to come to A&M, but my take on that would be if I'm you guys, I would be sitting there going, well, let's go beat LSU anyway.
Most definitely.
Right? How much are you looking forward to getting on the field, not just in Baton Rouge, but this Saturday? You've played a lot of football games at Kyle Field. This is going to be it for you.
Yeah,
this is after 5 years. This is it. I remember it wasn't your first game, but I remember the first time I was like, okay, what I saw at Dulles is going to play at this level too. It was in that Auburn game your freshman year. You had that late touchdown that brought us kind of back into it. That was like 5 years ago. It's crazy to think, but I can't imagine what it feels like to be you today. As you're approaching this one.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely surreal. I don't really know. I probably feel more different after the game. You know what I'm saying? Than right now. Right now I'm just so focused on trying to make sure I get the dub. You know what I'm saying? Let's just get the win. Right now, what I'm also thinking is let's go ahead and get some of those guys that don't get the opportunity to play a chance to play. You know what I'm saying? So definitely trying to go hard for them. But, man, it's wild because the 12th man did so much for me. You know what I'm saying? And this is my last time putting on that maroon and white. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be wild. I think
I'm thinking back, take you down memory lane here. It's like probably get, emotional for you this weekend, like you said. But, man, I talk about that Auburn game. I talk about that game at Dulles where you had like a pick six, a kick return, and an intercept or a
hits.
Did you ever running touchdown? Yeah, you had a catch, a kick return, and a pick six. Yep. And then that game against Auburn and the next week against Arkansas, that was kind of your introduction to it all. But then the injury against Arkansas, the special teams plays, the game winner against Alabama, like we go up and down, the all-time catch record, all these things, man. It has been a pretty remarkable career for you. But also coming back from the injury and having the kind of year you've had, how special is that to you? Because I know how determined you were. I saw all the videos. You came in here. We talked. I remember you on the scooter coming in here for a few weeks, and you weren't yourself. You didn't have that same. You were down like Connor was feeling this year too. But to be where you are today, how does that feel? Just when you look back on it.
Man, first I appreciate you. Number one. Number two, man, I just had to thank God. You know what I'm saying? I'm very blessed and thankful for the opportunity. Man, without God, without Jesus, I most definitely wouldn't be here. And I'm proud. Let's just say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm proud of myself. I was in a very dark place. I was stuck for a very long time, and I saw myself grow. You know what I'm saying? I had to get myself out of that place to be able to grow. And I'm just happy that now I'm able to, in a way, kind of reap the benefits of the work that I put in. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I still haven't done enough this year, but at the same time, like, I mean, I guess I'm having a pretty good year. You know what I'm saying? People been hyping me up or whatever, but at the same time, like, I feel like I can still do so much more. Yeah. That's just me. But man, like I said, I'm just proud to be here. You know what I'm saying? Proud from where I was, and now I just got to keep going.
Yeah, and on a lighter, not light, that is good stuff. That's not a lighter note. That's a more serious note. But on a more fun note, like what you guys, I mean, there have been some fun moments this year for you guys, but which is crazy to say considering like what happened Saturday. But it wasn't like you guys have been so close in all these losses, especially in the SEC. And lately, a lot of it has been like just. If we were just cut through it all, like not enough points. But then all of a sudden, these last 7 quarters or so against Ole Miss and Mississippi State, this offense with 2 different quarterbacks has been unstoppable. Like you guys are going up and down the field. You're scoring points. You're scoring touchdowns, not field. I mean, it's been impressive to watch. What's been the biggest difference? And I want to talk about Henderson and Saturday night in particular in a second, but just going back to starting after about the first quarter at Ole Miss, what has clicked for this offense? It's not just the passing game, it's the running game, it's quarterback play, it's the blocking. It's like it's all kind of come together.
Honestly, I want to go even a little bit further back to the bye week. You know what I'm saying? Coming off the bye week, going into South Carolina. Yeah. I just felt like the mission was, like, we was low-key tired of losing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just got to a point to where, I don't know, I guess that clicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired of losing. Yeah. And went into South Carolina, we was like, all right, like, let's just go ahead and reset. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily do a whole restart, but just reset our mindset to, all right, bro, we're not able to keep allowing ourselves to get in these close games or, like, let's just go ahead and put our foot on the gas, you know what I'm saying, and just go and do it collectively. Like, it's a collective, I guess you could say, it's a collective effort to be able to go out there and get something accomplished that you want done, you know what I'm saying, and it takes all 11 people. But, I don't know, I feel like the Ole Miss game, we came up short. That was tough. But even during the week, like, we had a pretty good practices, and we were just telling ourselves, like, we have to do everything right in order to get the success, because we see how close we can come and still not be able to get the things that we want. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was just us getting tired of losing, and I feel like that's what's been showing.
It's funny you say that, because when you said it, I was like, you know what? It's actually true. You go back to South Carolina, and I could say it's 2 quarters of, you know, not being explosive out of 12. It was the first quarter against the first couple drives against both South Carolina and Ole Miss. But other than that, you're talking about 10 out of the last 12 quarters. You guys have really gotten it done, and you'll need to, obviously, the rest of the way, particularly looking ahead at that LSU offense. But go back to Saturday night. It was fun. Like, most definitely. Whether it's you and you know, all day coming off the field after that touchdown, y'all have gotten all. They're going to give us a hard time about that afterwards on the TikTok. But everyone, you know, you guys are dancing. You're doing my favorite celebration, the Spider-Man one.
The little point, yeah.
When did y'all come up with that one and decide to break that out? Or have you done it before and I missed it? Man. I hadn't seen it until.
So we actually been planning that for a long time. I believe it originally started with Amari Daniels, myself, and then Jade. But Deuce, we had been talking about it, you know what I'm saying? And then I had scored or whatever, and we were supposed to do it, and he messed it up, bro. But
who did? Deuce did?
Yes, this man, Ruben had messed it up, but it's okay because we still had ended up getting it at the end.
It was good. It was perfect, and Aggie football found it, and it was a good tweet for those of you. I wish I would have known we were going to talk about it. I'd have them pull it up right now, but that celebration, but really. it was just one of those nights, which is crazy because I don't know if I've seen a more like start to the game between they run that kickoff back, then on their kickoff we mishandle, and I'm going, you recovered that one?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine if you didn't recover that.
Yeah,
and 100,000 people and I'm sitting there going, oh my gosh. And then you guys were like, it was as perfect a night of football for the Maroon and White. It was you guys, and right at the center of it, you're always at the center of it, but also, Jalen Henderson.
Yeah, man.
To come in and play that kind of game, it just, what a cool story with his path to get here and to start an SEC game and play the way he did.
Mm-hmm. Man, I have nothing but good things to say about Jay. You know what I'm saying? First off, he came in ready to work. You know what I'm saying? Yes, eager, real eager. And getting extra work on, like, off days, you know what I'm saying? Call us up on a Saturday, hey, bro, you trying to throw? Like, bet we there. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, he was, like, the new guy. You know what I'm saying? We didn't really think that he'll be in a rotation for real, just because of the competition that was already set at hand. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, he was already ready for the moment. Mm-hmm. Even during the season, like, he's staying after practice trying to get extra throws in, extra running in, whatever it was to help himself get better. And he was ready for the moment.
Did you know during the week? Could you tell, or was that even more so than what you saw? Because I'm sure it's hard during the week. Just you're getting a lot thrown at you. Mm-hmm. Or so were you sitting there during the week going, he's going to light it up? Sure. Or were you like, okay?
No, for sure. I felt during the week, the practices was, number one, just a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? They tried to go in with a little different game plan because of who he is as a player. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, the game plan was fit for him perfectly. You know what I'm saying? He was making the right reads, making the right calls, making the perfect throws. You know what I'm saying? Like, tight coverage, perfect throws. Yeah. So it was just like, okay, yeah, he's definitely ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see it in the practices, the leadership that he had, the making sure everybody get on the ball. And it really wasn't so much about his vocal leadership, you know what I'm saying, but his actions was definitely showing, and I believe that is what got everybody behind him, because they was like, okay, we got somebody back here that we can count on, you know what I'm saying, and it's nothing against the guys that was back there, because we counted on them too, you know what I'm saying, but when you down to that third option, sometimes questions are raised, but those questions were answered as soon as he stepped into the position, you know what I'm saying, he came in and did what he had to do, so we definitely had his back end. You know what I'm saying? We played hard for him.
Nice. As a fellow Sugarland guy, I've followed you closely since all the way back to Bucky Richardson and John Paul telling me about you way back in the day. But I'm going to say it because we're going to do another one before you're out of here. But just congratulations. I know there's work to do. Not just at A&M, but beyond. I know you got a couple games left, but you know how much I appreciate you coming in and what you mean to this program.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Proud of you, buddy.
Most definitely.
All
Thank
right,
you for
thanks. He's Ainias Smith. I'm Billy Lucci. This is TexAgs Premium.
Go get y'all golf carts, too.
Oh, what is
Aggie
this?
Land golf cart, man. You know, the golf cart that my people be driving.
There you go.
Most definitely.
We need a golf cart from Aggie Land Golf Carts because I need one just to drive back and forth from Bright.
For sure.
For sure. Aggie Land Golf Carts. There you go.
Yes, sir. God bless.
This interview is sponsored by the 12th Man Foundation. The 12th Man Foundation is the official source for Texas A&M athletics tickets.